blockchain vulnerabilities. So we will try to see how the blockchain uh, have few of those vulnerabilities which can be a cause of concern, and how it can impact the individuals and the respective organizations. So both your private and public blockchain at times is susceptible and vulnerable. They can be manipulated, and trusting them blindly can lead to certainly a types of disaster. So there are three key vulnerabilities to blockchain and distributed ledger. The first one is your smart contract vulnerability, which is specifically wherein your code which is written in the smart contract, if it get executed at not at the right time, that's a kind of vulnerability which we can say and refer to. So the code can contain the kind of vulnerability and can expect can get executed in unexpected ways. So in this kind of vulnerability, if your coding developer or the coder who has written the code, if they have not done a good piece of work, then these kind of vulnerabilities can exist and can occur across. So there are examples where the faulty smart contract code got executed and which has resulted into loss of millions of tokens. So in past there were few of those examples which is resulting out of the smart contract vulnerability. So the best way to be moving out of it is to ensure these codes, these smart contracts are written by the experienced set of developers, and we need to ensure that these conditions when it get executed has to be looked upon very thoroughly. So that's the first vulnerability which we are referring across. The second one is your centralized public network, which is your proof of work. Proof of work is one of the consensus algorithms. So there are so these algorithms are, or these consensus algorithms are as strong as they are decentralized. So these algorithms or these nodes should be decentralized as much as possible. So in this 51% attack, so this is a particular type of vulnerability which we call as a 51% attack. So if if all the nodes are getting centralized, or they are not located in a decentralized manner, and if the attacker get a hold of 51% of the system, the chances of attacking, the chances of corrupting the information is relatively more. So we need to ensure, as a part of this whole process, your nodes should be as decentralized as possible. So the vulnerability can only be stopped when your nodes are geographically decentralized and they are distributed as well, so that the attacker cannot get hold of 51% of the surface. So that's again one of the vulnerability. So the third type is the centralized private networks. So as we call these private networks, usually don't have the cryptocurrency, which makes them less interesting for hackers. They also have less resources, for example, for the bug finding, right? So some of the time centralized private networks are less prone and they are less vulnerable because they are all the private set of networks which is controlled, which is controlled for a specific reason. So decentralized private networks also represent sometimes these vulnerabilities, but then hackers might not be interested in it because these network don't use cryptocurrencies as the way of working. They might use different protocols, which might not be of great interest for the hackers. So these are the three main types of vulnerability: the smart contract vulnerability, the centralized public network proof of work, which is resulting into 51% attack, and the centralized private network. So these are the three types of vulnerability which we can find as a part of the blockchain network. So now let's try to see the community fractures, right? So how this is working across. So the basic fundamental problem is the narcissism of the small differences. So community with adjoining territories and the close relationships are more likely to fight with each other. So that's one of the problem which blockchain technology might face. The rift in the communities go all the way down to the core. So that's also one of the problem which your blockchain technology can face across. So we should avoid these kind of issues. And also in addition to that, there are various other old crimes which are now unfolding in a different manner or in a new manner. So as we see, there are advanced fee schemes. A fraudster basically try to convince you to pay the money for something in anticipation of receiving something of a greater value at a later point in time, and at the end you act or you become a victim and you see nothing. So that's a kind of advanced fee schemes wherein you pay the money, you anticipate that you might get something in return, but then you don't get up anything. Then the next issue can be the identity theft and the credit card fraud as well. So in that, your fraudster basically steals your credit card detail and then they try to use it as well. So which is a common kind of crime which is there, but then should be avoided. Internet and the device hacking can also be one of those issues which should be avoided. So your tokens and the cryptocurrencies are they are only as secure as your device and your internet connection. So if you are using an old device with not a stable internet connection, with not a right set of protocols being used, then you are susceptible, your cryptocurrency, your tokens are susceptible to the kind of attacks, because your device should be protected, your internet connection should be protected, your unsecure internet connection should always be avoided at any point in time. The public internet connection should be avoided at any point in time. Your connection should be password protected, because if it is an open network, anyone can peep in that kind of yeah, network. So there can be chances of eavesdropping in those kind of open networks. So your internet and your device hacking can be done easily if you are not securing your devices and your internet connections. The next is your hackers. Basically, they target the wealthy individuals who are believed to have the multiple or multi cryptocurrencies and tokens. So this phenomenon is called honeypotting. So they try to find the individuals who are really wealthy and who have the right set of resources. So once these hackers or attackers, they get that information, they try to trap these wealthy individuals, and then this phenomena is called the honey potting. But then this is one of the common phenomena which is used by the attackers as well. So these are the few kind of crimes. So these are the few kind of attacks which are now unfolding in a say, in the blockchain network as well. So the next crime or attack which we call is the money or the market manipulation. So all, as we call that, all non-stable tokens and the cryptocurrencies, they basically experience bump and dump, right? So you can always find a sudden hike, and you can always find a sudden decrease in the demand, right? So market of the blockchain or the market of the Bitcoin price might get erratic at times. So there can be a sudden spike in the overall prices, and there can be a sudden there can be a certain decrease as well. So all these are called market manipulations, and it is certainly not good for the blockchain or Bitcoin users who are looking for sustainable returns. So at times market manipulation, specifically in blockchain network, also do exist. So in addition to that, there are concept called pyramid or Ponzi schemes. So pyramid or Ponzi schemes basically promises you a high financial returns or dividend. What they try to do is they take the money from the initial set of people, and then as new set of people start investing in those. They try to use that money to the as a refunding mechanism for the initial set of people. So Ponzi and pyramid schemes are also being used by the fraudsters in the blockchain network as well. So these are the few elements which we should be looking forward very carefully when you're referring to the kind of attacks.